growing up, you say, I want to be a fireman, I want to be a school teacher, I want to be a nurse. So we all are settled in our careers now. And just like you, we thought we were going to be doing something else. However, don't give up because you have to grow into whatever it is that you want to be. Myself, I thought I was going to be a city bus driver. I wanted to drive a city bus. That was my big job, girl. I wanted to drive bus because I was so fascinated because sometimes I used to catch the city bus to school. And when I get on the bus and the bus driver would know certain people's names. Hi, Miss Velma. Hi, Mr. Charles. Hi, I used to love it. I said, oh, he got all these people. He know their name. And I just want to say, oh, I just associate them by being friends. That's how I say. The more people that ride my bus and the more people I get to know, then they will be my friends. I want to be a city bus driver. But we'll talk about later what I really wanted to do. What did you want to be growing up?
I wanted to be an alphabet.
You want to be what?
An alphabet.
You want to be an alphabet? What alphabet did you want to be?
I wanted to be an acrobat, but that's what I used to
say. Acrobat?
I thought you said alphabet.
She used to say alphabet.
I used to be
an acrobat.
Yeah.
But I can see you being from A to Z too.
I can see you being
But actually, when I came into myself, I'm doing exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right now, at this moment.
Hey, look who coming. Hey! How you doing? How you doing, girl?
Oh, Lord, what am I wanting?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just put some lip gloss on.
But anyway, yes, that's Keisha Knight Pulliam. She'll be joining us later. We'll be talking about entertainment. But what did you want to be when you were growing up, Mario?
I wanted to be a teacher.
Oh, teacher.
Wow.
Well, that explains why you do what you do with all the gay kids in our community today, because you wanted to be a teacher. So, in actuality, you really are a teacher. No, you should say something else?
No, the reason I wanted to be a teacher because, you know, when you went to school, you always seen those people who was visible and they always talked to you no matter what was going on. Those were the people that was helping people. Some people had all types of problems. And those teachers, well, for me, my teachers always went that extra step, and I just like that attention.
And it's so funny. I used to want to be a teacher, but not for those. I just always wanted to get up and write on the chalkboard. I love the way when you come in class, they write your name on the chalkboard and say, "Good morning, class." I love that. I want to chalkboard.
That's a good one. But once I got over this, I want to be a bus driver. Oh, Jason, we didn't get to you. What did you want to be when you were growing up? When you were little, rather.
Fabulous.
And I did. No. I think I wanted to be. I get it. I wanted to be a news anchor, believe it or not.
Really?
And from middle school all through high school, I was always in speech and debate and theater. But I realized, in which a lot of people don't know about me, when I said that, no, you're not, I'm very, very shy. So I realized that might not really be the career for me.
So when you were in elementary school, that's what you wanted to be, a news anchor in elementary?
Elementary, I really can't remember what I wanted to be. I probably wanted to be something different every day, probably in elementary, honestly, just because that's how I am. But when I really started, because I can remember as early on, like middle school, probably 6th grade, like I was like, I'm going to be a news anchor. I would watch the news and it's like, I want to be on the news. But like I said, when I started to realize how shy I was and doing plays and doing stuff, like I was really, really shy. Now once I started going, I would be okay. And I kind of taught myself how to be social. But I explain to people all the time, I said being social and not being shy are two very different things. But like getting a lot of attention and stuff really makes me uncomfortable. Like people commenting on, even giving me compliments really, really makes me uncomfortable. And people, when I say that, they're like, "Child, you just did," but it makes me feel kind of like.
I think everybody in
entertainment.
so cute.
Oh, really?
I think that a lot of people are in entertainment because, you know, myself, I'm shy too, and a lot of people find that like, how can you be shy? And it's just like, but when you're on stage, you're in character, you're doing something,
so you
other than who you are. So you're portraying another person. But also, once I realized that, I was going to be a bus driver, then I was watching television and I was into television and all this stuff. And so I knew that I wanted to do something in entertainment. So when I was in high school, I just knew I was going to be an ice skater. I wanted to be an ice skater. I really wanted to be an ice skater. And had there been some black male ice skaters around during the time, I probably would have went, took up some ice skating classes and all that stuff. And I could have been, like a gold medalist in the Olympics, in ice skating. But there were no.
Mine also changed as I got a little older. I want to be a professional baseball player.
You did?
I love baseball.
What are some of your other?
I love baseball players.
I wanted to be a player.
After I came into myself, I wanted to be. I started like
Yourself
watching.
were you here before?
Yeah.
You said that
Come into after I came into
Well,
myself.
so, like 9th grade, 8th grade, when you really find out really kind of who you are and where you want to go. Anyway, after watching Bionic Woman and all that, and seeing all the different places she went and flew off on missions and stuff, I always thought I would be something like a reporter or in the media or reporting on the story. I always dreamed of like flying off and getting the story and, in the trenches of it.
So you flew off.
And never came back.
That
explains it, girl.
It kind of coincides with what I'm doing now because, like, I picture myself like when I get bookings and stuff, I go into all these foreign places that I really don't know about, and I'm seeking out who's the nice person, who's not the nice person. I'm making connections. I'm trying to figure out, what I should do, So it's kind of like I'm fulfilling two dreams at the same time. So.
And what are some of the other career choices that you thought you were gonna land?
Oh, child! At one point, I thought I was gonna be a doctor. So that's all, and my family just skipped out. Oh, this was so funny. So I started everything, even in college. My career, in biology and everything, pre-med biology, but just ready to be a doctor. My first time coming in contact with a large amount of blood. Freaked out. Now, how in the world did I choose a career path where I won't be able to stand any blood? So I could be a doctor, but you just couldn't come to me if you're sick. So then, I've done the military. I graduated at the top with in cosmetology school. Then master with makeup. Then started sewing and doing costuming. So, child, I don't know. I guess I always wanted to be like a chameleon. So I wanted to grow up and be an insect.
I also went through this phase where I wanted to be a flight attendant. I wanted to be a flight attendant because I knew I would fly everybody. I would fly everywhere free, honey. So I said, I want to be a flight attendant.
Well, is that because you want to do it?
Yes. I always wanted jobs where I would have to dress up. I would have a uniform. Every job that I would get, I would have to have a uniform. Flight attendant uniform, bus driver uniform, ice skater uniform. I always wanted a job where I would have to have a uniform.
Well, you still do have a job.
I see you in your uniform. They are very colorful.
So that being said, do you think that where you ended up, where we ended up in our jobs, is kind of fate and destiny?
Yeah, it's all predestined.
Yeah.
So it's just like the steps that we go. I'll never forget the show. I was watching the Oprah Winfrey show one day, and then she said, the journey. Some of us want to appreciate our journey. We want to appreciate our journey until we get to where we want to be. She said, but the joy of the journey is enjoying getting there.
Right.
She said a lot of people miss out on it because you don't enjoy, like, say for instance, you want to be a doctor. You don't enjoy going to med school. You don't enjoy, doing this. You don't enjoy doing this. And she said, you're not going to find the fulfillment and the joy until you are a doctor. They say, you are officially a doctor. So then it's just like, since that, it's just like you just enjoy the journey along the way.
And I can relate to that because going back to wanting to be a news anchor but then becoming a makeup artist, actually while I was still in high school, I started working for Glamour Shots in Houston, Texas. And that's where I was introduced to the world of makeup and hair, aside from starting to come to Studio 13, where I saw the wonderful world of drag and female impersonation, and saw how people could be transferred with makeup, transformed with makeup. And so, thank you. So you just go, ooh. So working at Glamour Shots, I worked at the front desk, and I saw what was going on, and I remember asking the manager there. I said, can I go through the training, to learn makeup? I said, I really, want to learn how to do this. I had already started kind of playing with hair and doing this stuff. I had kind of done that my whole life. So she said, yeah, I went through the training. Long story short, one day I ended up being able to actually do makeup on the floor. And after that very first day, I said to myself, this is what I want to do. Wow. And I remember the lead makeup artist there, Dina. Dina, if you're watching, thank you. I love you. I owe this to you, really. I said, I'm going to watch you and I'm going to do everything just like you. and I set up my station right next to hers. And every time...
I'm a little shout out to me and Dina.
Thank you, Dina. You started it. But I would watch everything that she did, and when I wasn't working with somebody, I would sit there and I would study, and then I would do it, and I would ask when I was done, well, how did I do? Did you like this? Did you like that? And so years later, you know, through that experience, I've traveled the world. I've gone to foreign countries. I've met people that I never thought that I would have met, worked with people, you know, forged and developed relationships that I never thought. And it's like, I do feel that this was my destiny. And I can remember one of the jobs that I was on out of town with one of my clients who has become a great friend of mine, who is right here.
Hi, guys.
Keisha Knight Pulliam.
Put some lip gloss on. Y'all doing the show. Y'all getting at my makeup artist. He's talking about he can't do my makeup today. Negroes. They should put me on the show and he can't do my makeup.
But see, I thought it was important that we did the show, you know, because with all the youth that are, you know, committing suicide and giving up and everything, it's just wanted to let them know that we all chose, you know, career paths that, you know, at one point in our lives that's not what we ended up doing. Like, he's not a teacher, he's not a doctor, I'm not an ice skater, and she is not alphabet, and he is not a news anchor. It's just like, you know, we chose careers, but, you know, the careers that we are in now, they chose us. So that's what you have to do. You have to wait until, you know, God gives you that, you know, that light bulb moment when you say, okay, this is what I want.
But much like you, Keisha, because you started at, what, 9 months? So your career really chose you.
It chose me.
At 9 months.
My first job was a printout for Johnson's & Johnson's baby products. I'm sure y'all remember it. It was the ad. It was a national campaign with the black mother, father, and the little naked baby. My first and only news scene. Yes.
So once you were acting and all that stuff, so you kind of like, you just accepted that that's what you're going to do as far as career?
It was just the talent God blessed me with. And, you know, one thing that I do, one of the many things I credit my parents with is that, you know, when I came to an age where it was definitely my choice, it was what I wanted to do. So it was never like, you're going to do this. I genuinely, like, you all know me. I am the biggest ham ever. Like, I have fun. I'm such an extrovert. I enjoy being silly. I'm not shy at all. So honestly, it's just, I think, that's my God-given.
I mean, I woke up the other day beating up on myself, asking, why am I here? You know, that type of thing, because I don't believe that.
No, I think you need to enjoy the journey.
No, I'm enjoying that, but I don't think I'm where I should.
You're not there.
And you know, it could even be that you haven't fine-tuned it, because I can remember when I was working in the cosmetic world, in the retail world of makeup. Jasmine, stop it! In the retail world, I was good at it, and I was there, and I did that for over 15 years. But it wasn't until I made the leap to actually leave that and actually work out on my own and doing things with personal clients and celebrity clients that I realized this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And all those years of being in a retail store prepared me for this that I'm doing today. So it could be that you're still in the learning process of what it is you're supposed to do.
It's also about positivity and taking these experiences, like, all of them are to prepare you for where you should be. You know, learn from them. It's the lessons. You just maybe have lessons you need to learn leading up into. So instead of looking at it like, woe is me, look at it from the positive side. Okay, what am I gaining from this? What do I need to take away from this experience that's going to prepare you for your ultimate goal? And that's how you have to look at it. Also, speak things into existence. You know, sit down, do a vision board. Say, okay, this is where I want to be. Don't worry about how you're going to get there.
Right.
You know, worry about this is where I'm headed. And when I tell you, like, it's like walking on a pond and just stepping stones coming out of nowhere that you would never expect. When you are living your dream and what God has intended for you, it will happen that way.
Yeah, that's what I tell everybody. That's what I tell everybody about how I ended up in radio. But we're going to go right now.